Okay, hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. We can hear you. Who is this? Sorry.
This is Vamshi.
Hey, Vamshi. Good to hear.
So this you're able to hear, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. We can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, I can see connected to go to training and your cursor moving.
Yeah, now screen is coming.
Yeah, fine. Now let's say what is Power BI? So what is Power BI? So usually if you start any business, let's say if you take any Amazon or any Flipkart, let's say Amazon. Okay. Now they are running their business. I mean, they are selling the products through their website, right? Now they just wanted to analyze their data. Okay. So why they are going to analyze their data? To get the profits, to gain the profits, to gain the money, right? Why they are running the business? First of all, to gain the money, right? To get the profit, they will run the businesses. So whatever business, whatever transaction, daily they will get a lot of transactions, right? So based on the transactions, they just wanted to analyze the data. Okay. Now this data, whatever transactions happen through this site, that complete data will be stored into the database, right? So let's say any database, SQL or Oracle, IBM DB2. So we'll have n number of databases, right, in the market. So let's say okay, we'll have n number of databases like SQL or Oracle or IBM DB2. Okay, let's take these three. So if they want to store complete information and if they want to capture this transaction, okay, so they will use these databases. Okay, that complete transaction data will be stored into the any one database. Let's take SQL. Okay, and this SQL database, let's say now usually in that database, let's take, guys, mute yourself. You're not working. Let's take. Let's please unmute yourself. You're not working. Okay, now, so whatever information you're able to see over here, right? So this complete information will be.
There is a lot of news, sorry, there is a lot of noise, Vamshi, from somebody.
So someone is talking. 1 second. Who's talking? Okay. Now, so if you see this complete information, so this complete information will be stored into the database, right? So into the database. So let's say, so this database will contain all the information of the products, right? Okay. Now, what about the transactions? So whatever transactions happen through this website, that complete transactions also will be stored into this database, right? Let's say transaction data. Let's say transaction information. So you can call it as a sales information as well. Okay. Now, so this products information and transaction information will be stored into this SQL database. Now, let's say, now this is the Amazon database. So Amazon is going to store their information, complete information into the SQL database. Now, tomorrow, let's say if they want to analyze this data, analyze this transaction data, how they will analyze this transaction data? So let's say if you take any management from the Amazon, let's take management. Okay, they just wanted to analyze their transaction data, their sales data, right? Then how they will analyze the data? They cannot run the queries and they cannot pull the data from this SQL databases, right? So if they want to get the data from these databases, they should know the coding, right? They should write the queries, SQL queries, and they will get the data from this database when they write the queries. So it's difficult for them to write the queries. What they have to do, they have to install the SQL and they have SQL developer and they have to write the query. Then only they will get the data from this SQL. So they will not have that much of coding knowledge. Being a managers, they will not have that much of coding knowledge. Then how they will get the data from these databases and how they will analyze that data? Okay, so they need a platform to analyze the data, right? To analyze the existing data, they need a platform. So let's say, so if they want to get the data from this database, they need to write a queries, right? Let's say SQL queries. Select a star from and so on, like that. So now it's very difficult for them to write it. Now let's say, so we have a reporting tool called Microsoft Power BI. Okay, we have a reporting tool called Microsoft Power BI. So what does it do actually? So this Power BI reporting tool will connect to the databases, and it will get the data from the database. It will get the data from the database, and here we will make some reports. Okay, here we will make, guys, 1 second. So here we will make some reports over here. Okay, so once we develop the reports on top of this data, SQL data, then we will share these reports with the end users in the sense management. Okay, we will share this report with the management. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is Power BI is a connector between the database to decision makers. Okay, so instead of pulling the data from the databases by using SQL queries, so we can connect to the SQL databases and we can load the data into Power BI and we can generate the reports and we can share these reports with the management. Then management will analyze the data based on these reports and they will going to take the decisions. Okay, so here Power BI is a connector between database to decision makers. Okay, so that usually the data will be stored in the tabular format. Okay, so in the databases the data will be stored into the table format. Let's say so the data will be stored like this. So there will be a tables, fact tables, dimension tables. Okay, inside the databases, they will maintain the tables and fact tables. So dimension tables will have all the information of the products. Okay, dimension tables will have all the information of the products, whereas in fact table will have all the transactional data, sales data, whatever sales happens. Okay, the complete information will be stored into the fact table. Okay, now in the database the data will be stored like this, rows and columns. Okay, so if you share this report with the management, if you share this report with the management, what they will analyze the data. They will not able to understand on top of this kind of data structure, right? So instead of sharing the data this way, we will share the data graphically. Graphically, we will represent the data. Let's say, so by using this Power BI tool, we will make the reports in this format, and this report will be shared with the management, end users. Okay, then by seeing these visuals, they will be able to easily understand the data, then they can take the decisions. Okay, so here, so let's say, as I said, here we have a SQL database, right? So by using this Power BI tool, we can connect to nearly 121 plus data sources. Okay, by using this Power BI tool, we can pull the data from the 121 plus data sources, and we can make the reports, and simply we can share these reports with the end users. Management in the sense, let's say, the end users. Okay, now, so this way we will generate the reports. So I will show you one sample report which I have developed. So usually this Power BI, Microsoft Power BI is a leading tool in the current market. Okay, so Power BI tool is a leading tool in the market. Now all companies are migrating their reports, existing reports, into Power BI. I will let you know. Okay, once I show these reports, then I will let you know. So this is the Power BI tool where we can generate the reports. Okay, so if you see these charts, so this is the data. Okay, this is the data which we are getting from the database, SQL database. Okay, so on top of this data, so the data will be looking like this. Okay, so on top of this data, okay, on top of this data, we will generate this kind of reports. So we can filter the data. See, if you click on any kind of any visual, so automatically other visuals also will get selected like this. Okay, this way, in this way we can represent the data graphically. We are representing the data to the end users, and these end users can able to access these reports through their mobile and through their PCs. Okay, so through cloud. Once we develop these reports, we will deploy these reports into the cloud service. Okay, we will have one more service called cloud service. There we will deploy these reports, and client will be able to access those reports from the cloud. Okay, now the current market is, let's say, there are a number of reporting tools available in the current market. Okay, let's say ClickView, Tableau, and MicroStrategy, and Cognos, and SAP Vivo. Okay, now in the current market, so these reporting tools are available. Okay, now when this Microsoft Power BI comes into the picture, okay, comes into this picture, now this Power BI tool become a leading tool in the market. Okay, why? Because this Microsoft Power BI tool is developed by the Microsoft, and that too, it's a user-friendly tool. Okay, it's a user-friendly tool. Why it is a user-friendly tool and how it is? So let's say if you want to develop any kind of report by using these tools, okay, if you want to develop any kind of reports by using these tools, you should have technical knowledge. Okay, so it's very difficult to develop the reports by using these tools, and that too, these are costly, very costly. Price is very high. Okay, so when you compare with this Microsoft Power BI, these tools are very costly tools. Whereas in Microsoft Power BI tool, it's not that much of costly. Okay, so it's a free tool to develop the reports. To publish the reports, you need to spend per month $9.99. Okay, that too per month, per user. Okay, per user per month you need to spend $9.99. In Indian currency, it comes around 800 INR. Okay, now so this tool we will call it as a self-service reporting tool. Okay, self-service reporting tool. Why do we call this self-service reporting tool? Because let's say if the end user or management wants to analyze any kind of data, they need to write the query to pull the data from this SQL database, right? So here, if they use this Microsoft Power BI tool, they can also connect to databases, okay, and they can generate basic reports, not complex reports, basic reports they can generate, and they can able to analyze the data. Okay, so that's why we will call it as a self-service reporting tool. Even non-technical guys, non-technical persons also can able to develop the reports by using this Power BI tool. So that's why we will call it as a self-service reporting tool. Okay, so what are the prerequisites to learn this Power BI? Okay, so as I said, it's a self-service reporting tool, right? So without having technical knowledge, without having coding knowledge, okay, so you will be able to learn this tool and you will be able to develop the reports. Okay, and how the opportunities are. Okay, as I said, so in the market, before comes this Power BI into the picture, so these are the leading tools in the market. Okay, before it comes into the market. Now this Power BI tool is a cheaper than these tools, right? Now that's why, and it's a user friendly as well. Okay, this Microsoft Power BI is a user friendly tool. As I said, anyone can develop, even non-technical guys also can develop the reports by using this tool. Now all the companies, so they have already reports by using this ClickView, Tableau, MicroStrategy, Cognos, SAP Views. Okay, now as I said, these tools are very costly tools when compared with this Power BI. Okay, now to maintain these tools also is a time consuming process, and as well as it's a high price, right? So that's why now all companies, whatever their reports already built by these tools, so they are migrating those reports, into this Power BI. Okay, so max out of 100, 90%, or let's say 80% of the companies migrating their reports into this Power BI. Okay, so now companies require the manpower. So who have good experience on Power BI? Okay, so they are going to recruit because there is less manpower currently in the market. So they need Microsoft Power BI developers. Okay, so if you want to get the job on Power BI, if you want to become a Power BI developer, you should know at least basic knowledge on SQL. Okay, basic knowledge on SQL. Then if you learn this Power BI, you will get a job to the IT automation. Okay, now, without having technical knowledge, worries, you will be able to generate the reports by using this Power BI. Okay, now guys, if you have any doubt, please ask.
Hello?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
What is the combination of Azure and Power BI? And what we have to learn in Azure, like in Azure also there's a lot of things are there, like admin is there, Azure development is there. So how that interact with Power BI? Can you explain?
So Azure is different and Power BI is different. So Power BI is a tool where you can connect to the data sources, right? In the Azure also you will have a SQL, right? So your data will be stored into the Azure. So by using this Power BI tool, you can connect to the Azure database and you can load the data into your Power BI. Okay. Now here you can develop the reports. Only to get the data, you need a connection from the Azure to Power BI.
Okay. So my doubt is, the next doubt is like, for example, in a lot of companies they are offering Azure with Power BI. Okay. So if you want to learn that Azure also, so there the two things are there. One is Azure development and Azure admin. So which one is suitable for combination of Power BI and Azure?
Azure development is different, Azure admin is different, and Power BI is different. So as I said, Power BI tool is for the reporting purpose. Okay, in the Azure development, so there it's a completely development process. Let's say if you want to develop, if you want to become a SQL developer, that is completely different.
Yeah, I agree with you. But my doubt is, for example, like companies are asking, right? If you want to learn Azure also, so that time, how can you learn? For example, admin you have to join, or development need to join?
No, you need to join in the development. Why? Because if they have a data in the Azure, then you should know right, to operate that SQL databases in the Azure. So that's why few companies will ask you to look for the Azure developers as well. But many organizations, as I said, in the many organizations, you will not work on the Azure. When you are a Power BI developer, purely they will deploy into Power BI projects only. Sometimes
my last
they will maintain the data in the Azure, right? To connect to the Azure, at least you should know the knowledge of the Azure, right? So that's why they will ask you this Azure.
So for that knowledge, we need to learn for Azure development is enough, right?
Yes, development is enough. If you learn admin, that is the
second one
different.
Is,
so yeah.
Okay, thank you. And last one is, for example, what is the prerequisite and what are the technology we need to learn? For example, I'm an automation developer, so I am working in the Java technology. So what are the required technologies we need to learn with Power BI?
So
For example,
said,
some companies are asking Amazon Factory, Azure Factory. Sometimes they're asking Power BI with some other combinations like that, SSSE, like that.
What? Yeah. Why they will ask you? Because let's say you learn Power BI and you have joined as a Power BI developer in one company. Okay. Now they have a projects in the Power BI. Now tomorrow, after 1 year, they don't have a projects in the Power BI. right? So if you know the MSBI or Azure or any other technology, then they will try to deploy into different projects. Okay, if they don't have the projects in the Power BI, that's why they will ask you multiple technologies. Okay, so and if they deploy into the Power BI, so you should work on the only Power BI. They will not deploy into any other technologies. Okay, there will be a team. So there will be a ETL team, there will be a SQL developer team, so there will be a Power BI team. Okay, different teams will available when they deploy into the project. Okay, now what are the prerequisites? So SQL is enough for this. So that too, see, if you know the basics, that is fine. If you are good in SQL, that's well and good. Okay, why do we need SQL? Let's say you they deployed into the project. Okay, now so they have a data in the SQL. Okay, to get the data from the SQL, okay, sometimes you need to get the data from the different tables. Okay, you need to cross check the data before pulling the data into Power BI. You need to cross check what kind of data is available in the multiple tables. So that time what you will do, you need to join multiple tables and you need to write small queries, join queries. Okay, so to write that queries, at least you should aware of that queries, right? SQL. So that's why SQL basics are required. That's it. As I said, it's a self-service reporting tool, right? Even non-technical person also can learn, can develop the reports. Okay. So you said from Auto, what is it? AutoCAD, something you said.
I have one question, Vamji. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay, the question is, okay, Power BI is saying we use, structured databases, we pull data which are in a tabular format to do the analysis.
Yes.
What if the data is unstructured? Is Power BI able to do reporting?
So if you have unstructured data in the database, you will be able to structure the data in the Power BI. So in the Power BI, we will also able to do ETL activities. Okay, ETL activity in the sense you can extract the data from the different data sources. Okay, and we can apply some transformations. Okay, and we can load the data from the multiple data sources, but we cannot load this data into the data marts. Okay, so that if you want to load the data in the data marts, you need to use SSIS. Okay, so here we can do the ETL activity.
Got that. Okay. And then the second question I had was more from a course point of view. Now, I'm not a technical person. I'm more of a architecture guy. I don't know how to code, right? For example, I don't know SQL, stuff like that. So, but I'm still interested in learning Power BI and maybe go towards this way, of basically extracting the data and making data available in Power BI so that users can consume on their own, right? There is self-consumption.
Yes.
So
yes.
Would I fit into this at all or no? Because I don't know.
That's why, as it said, it's a self-service reporting tool, even non-technical persons also, as you said. So if you don't know the coding, if you don't know the SQL, even though you can generate the reports. Why do we need SQL? As I said, let's say if you want to pull the data from this SQL to Power BI, so whenever you're working in any project, any report, first you need to analyze the data, right? So if you don't analyze the data, then you will not be, see, let's say if you don't understand the business, then how you will run the business? You cannot, right? So here also same concept. So first you need to analyze the data. What kind of data is available inside this database? Okay, so to analyze the data, simply you need to just simple query you need to run. What kind of query? Let's say select star from let's say here we will give one table name. Let's say fact table. If you run this query, then whatever data is available inside this database, that data you will be able to see in this format. Which format? Let's say the table format. Like this. Okay, and so let's say example like this. You will get the data when you run this query. Okay. So basics at least you should learn. Okay, so let's say if you go and see this W3 schools, I will give you a simple example. So if you go through this tutorial, then you will be able to fit into the Power BI. Okay, so just go through these concepts. That's enough to fit into this Power BI.
Okay.
Yeah, you no need to learn C, Java, C++, PHP, Python. These are all not required.
Got that. And how long is the course for? Specifically on Power BI, and what all would be like the outcomes of the course?
Yeah, the course would be, it will take nearly 40 to 45 days, and daily 1 hour we will teach through online. Okay.
Okay.
And fee structure that our team will let you know. Okay.
Okay. And going back to the earlier question, from one of the, I think, joiners, I was also interested in Azure, right? So from an Azure point of view, specifically Azure architecture, capability to, let's say, migrate workloads on Azure.
So can you come again? In between I lost you. Can you come again?
Yeah. So what I was saying is I was also interested in Azure architecture, capability to, let's say, move workload from on-prem to Azure, hosting on Azure, journey to cloud, stuff like that, right? So are there any courses apart from Power BI that are specific to Azure, let's say Azure architecture specific?
Yeah. Those also we have available. Our team will let you know if you contact them.
Okay, sure.
But that part is completely different from the Power BI. Okay.
Yeah. Understood.
Understood.
So one simple question from my end.
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a knowledge on advanced Excel and macros.
That's good.
And I'm interested in learning Power BI and SQL.
Okay.
And how would be my career in upcoming next 5 to 10 years? Career growth.
Yeah. So let's say this is a tool. This tool is a Microsoft has been developed this tool. Okay. So usually Microsoft tools, if you take Microsoft any tool, so easily you can survive nearly 10 to 15 years minimum. I'm telling you. Okay. Minimum you can survive 10 to 15 years. It's a long run tool. Okay. That too is a leading tool in the market. As I said, no, all companies migrating their reports into the Power BI. Okay. Now, so if you learn SQL and Power BI, that is well and good. Okay. Now, let's say if you have 3 years of experience, okay. Example, I'm telling you, if you have 3 years of experience, you may get 8 to 10 lakhs package. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Do we have any project at the end of the course? Any project?
Yeah, we will provide.
So this is Arnav, sir.
Yes, please. Arnav.
So I want to know actually, we can we connect this Power BI tool with the Azure databases? I mean, the Azure offers a different type of databases like Azure SQL DB is there, Azure Data Lake is there, and the Azure Data Factory is a very common term nowadays. So can we connect Power BI to both every Azure tools, database tool?
Yeah. So as I said, you can connect to nearly 121 plus data sources. Okay. Now the Microsoft is keep updating these data sources as well. Okay. Every month
Right,
they
right.
keep updating. Okay. So if you see over here, so either you can connect through Excel, JSON folders, PDFs, and if you take these databases, so SQL, MS Access, Oracle, IBM DB2, and when it comes to the Azure, so here if you see Azure SQL databases, Azure blob
Yeah,
storage, you can
Blob
connect the
right.
multiple databases. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. And
And you can
is
connect the
this a
Power Platforms as well. Yes, go ahead.
okay, okay. Is this a cloud specific? I mean, only Azure we can access, or the Amazon Redshift, Amazon S3 storage we can also access
Any
through
database you can access, any database you can
any.
access.
Okay,
This,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Actually, I've been working with the cloud, the Amazon and the Azure, most on the Amazon last 1.5 year, more than 1.5 year. Actually, I'm doing Azure also. So actually,
Okay.
I know the Azure administrative part and the Azure database. So that's why I'm asking actually. And with that, I am to work with the Excel macros, VBS, SQL, and the Python I used to use actually. So I want to learn. I want to learn Power BI because I want to shift completely into the analytics field or the data science field. So it will be fine for me.
Yeah, it will be fine for you. So anyone, as I said, if you have technical knowledge, if you don't have technical knowledge, you will fit into this Power BI
Mhm.
role.
Right. So okay, actually,
Hello.
actually my concern is my experience is 3 years, more than 3 years actually. So is it it will be counted as an experienced person if I shift into the Power BI?
Yeah, if you have any experience, if you have any
Okay,
kind of
okay,
education background, you will fit into this Power BI.
okay,
So now
okay,
companies are not looking specific education and not looking for specific designation. I mean,
Mhm.
experience. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
anyone can fit into this.
Yeah, because I have the analytic experience, but I don't have the visualization or the Power BI. And you mentioned the SAP BO or the Tableau. I don't have that kind of knowledge actually. The
No, no,
visualization tool I use.
those are not required. Those are not required. I'm
Okay,
telling you, these
okay,
are the
okay,
tools which are
okay,
available in the market.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay,
So
okay.
someone asked me need to learn stats. It's not required to learn the statistics.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
welcome.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. This is
Yes, go
Ashok.
ahead.
I
Go
have.
ahead. Yes, Ashok.
Yes, actually, the source is a database, right? So in the database, we have a dimensional table and fact tables. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
those those tables are loaded through ETL. Okay, whether it is SSIS
Hmm.
or informatics. So that is the
Hmm.
source for our Power BI, right? So can
Hmm.
we have a knowledge of the Power BI is a Microsoft tool, right? So can we
Hmm.
have knowledge of the SSIS or any Informatica kind of projects? So only SSI they are considered or only Informatica?
So SSIS and Informatica both are doing the same. Okay. So
Okay,
only the thing is Informatica is a different company tool and SSIS is a Microsoft tool. But both will be
okay,
do the extract the data and apply the we will apply the transformations and we will load the data. Okay.
okay,
So two companies may require these tools. I mean, they're looking for the knowledge and person who has knowledge on this SSIS or Informatica. But when you get into the project, they will not ask you to work on these tools because you will not have that much of time to develop the Power BI reports. Okay, so they know. So as I said, if you don't have the projects when you get into the company, if you don't have a projects on the Power BI, they may ask you to work on the SSIS or Informatica. Okay, that time also they will give you the training and they will give you the time to learn these technologies.
Okay, sir. One more question. Earlier one of the reporting project, the tool SAP BO I used for 6 months. Okay. In that we have a layers, right? Suppose from source between the reports we have a universe, right? We will design the universe. Okay. So we will import the tables and make the joins, and if any loops are there, we can resolve. So we are creating this. You know, right? The schemas and all. If you are perfect schema.
Data model. Star schema, schema.
No, not that one. So in universe we will create the schema. Okay, like a not a data modeling, in the reporting only. SAP BO. Before creating the reports, we will design the universe. Okay. So like that, is there any other that kind of anything is there in your Microsoft BI?
No, we don't have that kind of structure only. So whatever tables we are pulling from the database, so here we will give the joins between the dimension tables and fact tables, whatever it could be. Okay. So here we will do the data modeling concept. Either it is a star schema or snowflake schema. We will make the relationship between the tables based on the requirement, and we will develop the reports. No additional tools are required. No additional steps are required. Only we'll connect to the database.
In your prerequisites, this knowledge is required, right? So creating the data model and joins and all, right?
We will brief you. We will brief you on what is this, what is star schema and what is snowflake schema. So I will guide you. So otherwise we will not be able to give this kind of. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. So basically, you know, one is the Power BI part. I think you also talked about SSIS, right? So if we don't know SSIS, I mean, is it a challenge? For example, if we get into a project, I mean, usually the expectation is, you know, the data would be made available to you. You extract, transform, and load it. You run the queries. You basically create a subset of the master data, and then you basically, you know, make it possible for the end user to consume that data, right, via Power BI.
Yes.
So would you sort of take us through that whole journey with regards to, let's say, if there are multiple data sources, how do we extract, transform, and load from, you know, disparate data sources and get, let's say, a subset of the data into Power BI that is going to be more relevant for us, and then how to basically make it available to the user? So would we sort of go through the whole journey, or it's only about Power BI, this particular course?
That I will guide you. So only with the journey of the Power BI. So you don't need to learn the SSIS. You don't need to go to the SSIS concepts. Okay. So when you get into the project, they will give you the requirement how from where the data is available. Okay, and how to get the data also. So usually they will have your data in the sequence. Example, I'm telling you, SQL or RAK. Okay, so they will give you the requirement and what kind of tables needs to pull into your Power BI. Okay, that's it. So what is happening behind that SSIS or Informatica, that is not required for you.
That is somebody else.
Yes, someone will take care of it.
Okay.
Okay. SQL also, they will have some SQL developers or admins. They will take care of it.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
So what is the scope for freshers?
That's what I mentioned here clearly. It's a self-service reporting tool. Even though, sorry, you're asking about the freshers, right? Yeah. Freshers also they can learn this tool, this Power BI, and make sure at least you should have basic knowledge on the SQL. Okay?
But as I know that a few of my friends said that they only prefer experienced candidate. It's
no.
true or it's false?
So experience in the sense, let's say you say, so campus selections will be there, right? So through campus they will hire freshers, and but many MNC companies they will not prefer for the
through walk-ins, sir.
Through walk-ins. Yeah, sometimes. So it's a chance of 50-50 for freshers.
By coming to startup,
Sorry.
for startups, only MNCs will consider for campus recruitment, or
MNCs
startups
will
can.
consider freshers, but startup companies they will not consider the freshers. Okay.
Okay.
Hi. And sir, what is the course content for this?
So course content our team will share with you. So it will be 40 to 45 days it will take, and daily 1 hour duration. Okay.
Hello,
Hi, sir.
sir. Sir, how
Yes.
does it integrate with NoSQL like MongoDB? Is it
That is
compatible?
completely different platform. The only thing is you will be able to connect to different data sources, and you will be able to develop the reports. That's it. That is
Hi, sir.
MongoDB, SQL database. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Hello. Hi, sir.
doesn't matter.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hello, sir. This is Prashant. Will it be covered SQL topics in this course?
No, SQL topics will not cover over here. So that
So
will
like
be a
basics.
So basics also we will not cover, but I will give you what needs to be learned. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you
Yeah.
get us to see how Power BI looks like? Can you show us?
So this is the Power BI tool where we will develop
Okay.
the reports. Okay. Here what
Hello.
you have to do. So one second. Let me complete this one. So here simply what you have to do. You have to drag and drop these fields, and you need to select the visuals, required visuals. And here, so you no need to write any query. I mean any coding. Only the thing is you need to write the formulas. Okay. So these kind of formulas you need to write it over here. Okay. Simple formulas like this. Depends on the requirement. You need to write this kind of formulas. Okay. Okay. Simply you need to select like this. I need to select the visuals. That's it. Yes. Next one. Go ahead.
Hello,
Yes. Go ahead.
sir. This is Sabir, sir.
Yes, please.
I have a question, sir. So before learning this SQL, uh, uh, hello,
SQL or Power BI?
sir. Without learning SQL, we can go to Power BI, sir.
Yeah.
Is it mandatory to learn
Without
SQL, sir?
no. To crack the interview, they will shoot you the questions. I mean, to crack the interview, at least you should learn the SQL basics. Okay. So in the
Okay,
interview, few companies they will ask you the questions on the SQL. But as I
okay.
said, SQL is
Perfect, sir.
not mandatory. Only basics. At least you should learn basics to
Okay,
crack the
okay. Thank
interview.
you, sir.
Okay. So
Uh, and one more.
before learning SQL, you can learn this Power BI. After also, you can learn the SQL. There is no issue with that.
Okay, okay. Thanks, sir. And one more question, sir. Sir, do we have a future for fresher in this Power BI, sir?
Yeah, that's what. So the MNC companies 50-50%. They will hire the freshers as well. Okay.
Okay.
But startup companies
Okay,
they
sir.
will not hire the freshers. So let's
Okay.
say if you pass out on 2019 or 20, let's say if you pass out on 2019, so easily you
Yes, yes.
can put 2 years example you can get. That's where you can
Okay.
go.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Ravi. Yeah,
Yes, please.
actually, for 10 plus years experience, okay,
Hmm.
for if you are using the Power BI, if you are keeping the Power BI in the resume, how we get that packages or how they are treating, like we cannot get all the 10 years on working on the Power BI, right? So
Yeah,
how can we
package
manage?
will be the same. See, let's say you have 10 years and if you put 3 years experience on the Power BI out of 10, okay,
Okay.
then so you will be get the manager position on top of your salary. They will get that you will get 30% or 40%. It's not depends on the Power BI. Okay, depends on the overall experience.
Okay.
Okay, whether you work 1 year or 2 years on the Power BI, it doesn't matter. Purely based on
So
the
how
experience.
many years can we keep it? For example, I have 10 plus years of experience in Java and automation. So how many years we can keep it as a Power BI?
It depends on your technical skills. So if you have just basic knowledge,
Max.
then you can keep 2 years. Max, you can put 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
it
So
has
there
been
is no
used
vary
in 2016.
for example, 3 years to 5 years person also doing the same work, and also 10 years person also doing the same work. So is there any
Yes.
vary in the packages? No, right? It depends on the
No.
experience only.
It depends on the experience and it depends on your demand. Okay.
So finally, one question. For example, I have a different. I'm working in the different technologies. For example, Java, automation, and WebLogic. So now I'm moving to Power BI. So I have a bit knowledge on SQL Server. So anyhow, I will learn through tutorial something. I will get the good knowledge. So I'm learning only Power BI. Is it enough to survive in this?
That is enough. Enough.
Th-
You can easily
Thank
survive
you.
in
Thank
the
you, sir.
Power BI. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that too,
thank you,
as
sir.
I said, you can simply survive nearly 5 years on this tool, and later
Yeah.
it depends on your interest. You can move to other technologies as well. But as I
Yeah,
said,
yeah. Actually,
it's
we have
minimum.
we have one more. Sorry for this. We have one more question. Like in the same thing, a lot of openings are there in through Azure and Power BI combinations only. Some of the friends are trying their company, but they're strictly asking Azure with Power BI. So if you have
No,
Azure with
that's
Power
what
BI, the packages are
Azure.
more.
That's what I'm telling you, Azure. So if you don't have the projects on Power BI, then they may move you to Azure side. Okay, that's why they will ask you this Azure, but not all companies will ask you the Azure combination.
So for example, if you want to learn the Azure means, we need to go for Azure development, right? No need for admin.
Yes, not for the admin.
Okay. Anyhow, if just now we have shown right one tool in that it is showing like Azure is different, separate remaining database are in one line, and Azure database are different. Like in Azure, it is a lot of database are right, Azure Factory, Azure something. So they are asking for only for those things, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, Shivani here.
Yes.
My question is, you now just showed lots of formulas and everything that comes under DAX. Will that be covered?
Yeah, that will also cover.
Okay, okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. What is BA and where does Power BI stands? Who's this? Nishan, you didn't follow from the beginning?
Yes, I mean, unfortunately, I joined in a bit late, so I am new to this domain, and I wanted to know what is BA, BI, and where does Power BI stand in there?
So you do one thing, Nishan, you just contact with our person, so they will give you the recorded session. Okay, so you will get to know what is exactly the Power BI do. Okay.
So this is
will not
this is the only
include
timing
in
for
this course.
daily course 5 to 6 only, or then maybe change the timings.
So we will let you know. Okay.
So do we have a session on tomorrow for a demo? One more demo, like continued session.
Demo we will let you know. We will let you know the timings on that. Okay. So tomorrow is a festival over here, so we will let you know.
Okay.
So the classes we will let you know. Our team will get back to you, so they will let you know. Guys, okay. Call will be.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening,
yes,
sir.
please.
Just a simple doubt, sir. Sorry for asking. So after
No
this
issue.
course, will there be any requirement of doing any other course on Power BI, or this course will be enough for knowing everything in the Power BI, sir?
That's what I'm telling you. So while learning this course, it's your interest. If you want to learn SQL, you can learn the SQL.
No,
After the
not
course,
about
also you can
only
learn the SQL.
regarding Power BI, sir. Only regarding
No, the
Power BI, sir.
Power BI is enough. Power BI is enough.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, what is the cost of this course, sir?
Course, our team will get back to you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hi sir. This is Pawan. Can you please share the topics what you are going to cover in Power BI? How we can get the topics or index
Yeah,
of this course?
we have a document. Our team will share with you. Okay.
Okay,
What we are going to
thank
cover in this course. Yeah.
you. Okay, thank you.
Hi sir, this is Subhashish.
Yeah. Hi.
Actually, currently I'm working on business analysis for a US client. It's been 4 years now. So I was looking out for a job change. So is going with Power BI will be adding some advantage or adds on to my skills, or I'm into business analysis into cloud computing, AWS integration and migration. So shall I go with this Power BI training? So
Yeah, obviously you can go with this Power BI. That's what I'm telling you. Whatever background you have, whatever experience you have, it doesn't matter to learn this Power BI. Everyone will fit into this role.
okay, because most of the things for my current client, I'm working on Excel and trying to have all the charts and reports I'm creating for my current firm. Because the cost is involved as an enterprise level, so they're not currently going with the Power BI. So for the future, or how's that? And it will be helpful, like from Excel. How different will be Power BI? Could you please throw some light on that?
So in future, see, as I said, it's a Microsoft product, right? So Microsoft products will have a long run. Okay, so definitely you will be able to survive nearly 15 years minimum, I'm telling you. Okay, there is no tool beats this Microsoft tool. Okay, and you will get a good service on this tool.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, do we cover all the topics in this 45 days of duration, sir?
Yeah, we will cover all real-time topics. I mean, whatever we are doing in the projects. So I will cover all those topics
Yes.
in this course duration.
And we have a
Are you
real-time
working?
project also, sir.
Sorry?
And we have a real-time project also, right?
Yes. So while giving the while explaining, I will take the one real-time scenario. On top of that only, I will give you the drawing.
Sir, have you been working in
Okay,
Power
thanks.
BI?
Sorry?
Have you been working in the Power BI?
No, not yet, sir.
I'm
Not yet,
already
sir.
working on the Power BI since 5 years. I have overall 10 years of experience in the IT industry, and since 5 years I have been working on the Power BI.
Okay. How about the on-site opportunity on the Power BI?
Yeah, in onset also you have a number of opportunities on the Power BI. That's what. It's a leading tool all over the world.
Okay.
You will get on-site opportunities as well.
Vamsi, one question around certification, right? So is there any Microsoft certification associated with Power BI that we should be probably targeting after this course?
Yeah, we have DA 100 certification, Microsoft certification. I'll show you. It's called DA 100.
BI 100, okay.
Yeah, so this is DA 100 question exam.
Okay.
So here you will get nearly 60 questions. Okay. So out of 100, at least you should get 700 above.
Okay. And do you think, after the course, I mean, more or less we'll cover, all the topics to sort of get going with the certification? Should be okay?
Yeah, you will be.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Any questions from anyone? I'm from non-technical background with no coding knowledge, so you can able to learn. Yes. Was this Somnath Chatterjee? Yes. That's what. As I said, non-technical persons also can able to develop the reports, can able to work on this Power BI. Only the thing is just you need to learn the basic SQL. After the course or before the course also, it's fine. Am I clear, Somnath? Yeah, fine. Any questions from anyone?
Nothing, sir. As of now, we're good.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Actually, for the regarding certification, so the certification need to be done by individual or the company will sponsor for the employees for doing the certification.
So few companies will provide the coupons, okay? But few companies they will not provide. By yourself you need to pay. I mean 4,500 in Indian currency you need to pay. So let's say India. So 4,800 you need to spend to get the certification. And the certification valid for previously it valid for 3 years. Now they have been reduced to 1 year or 2 years. The validation of the certification.
Oh, then every year we need to do the certification.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That means is there any that means there any changes are done every day, every month, every year?
No, earlier the certification is called 77,780. Now since last year June they have changed it to DA 100. So questions will change for every year. Yes.
Okay, and the qualification and the qualify mark is 70, right? Out of 100, we need to cross more than 70.
Now out of 1,000, you should get 700, more than 700.
700. Oh, okay.
Easily you can crack. There's no issue. Only purely on the Power BI they will ask you the questions. It's online.
Okay.
Sitting at home also you can write you can attend the exam.
Okay.
Others will have centers. You can go on and write the exams.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Probably one more associated question. I mean, maybe it's not really, with Power BI, but is there any, Microsoft D365 architecture / functional course as well with DurgaSoft?
That I'm not aware of that. You just check with them once.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be nice if we can, maybe just share the coordinates on chat or something. I'll probably, write to the email address. That'll help.
Yeah, 1 second. I will provide. 1 second. Yeah, I'm sending you the mail ID and phone number.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, you can reach out then. Okay. So I sent you the phone number and email ID. You can reach out. Yes, please. Someone is talking. Yes, guys, please speak out. So the course duration will be 40 to 45 days. Okay. and will I get course completion certification after completing this course? Yeah, you can reach out them. They will let you know.
Timings also you're not sure, right?
Sorry.
Timings also not sure, right?
Timings this team will let you know. Okay, we have some more batches, so they will let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, team. If nothing else, then we'll drop off. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Vamshi.
Thank you.